Well, welcome everyone. We are talking today with Goddess Leonie Dawson from Australia. And I am just so pleased to bring her to the Celebrate Life Summit here in freezing cold Canada. Thank you so much, Leonie, for joining us.
My pleasure, and I'm sending you all so much warmth and radiance and sunshine from here in Proserpine in North Queensland, Australia.
Oh, thanks. We need it.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit why you started goddessguidebook.com?
Sure. I always knew when I was growing up that I wanted to do something creative and like spiritual that changed the world. And I didn't know kind of what form that would take, and so I just kept on exploring and discovering and looking around. And then when I was 21 or 22, I got invited to my first women's circle. And I remember stepping foot into that room, and it was like the smell of incense was in the room, and there was just candles all lit up around the room. And there was all these women kind of on cushions, on couches, in a big circle, and all of them glowed, like all of them had this beautiful effervescence about themselves. And they all looked so familiar to me, like they were sisters. And from that moment on, I knew that that was my work in the world. And I just thought to myself, I want to be in women's circles for the rest of my life. I want to be a part of the magic that's happening here. And so when I created goddessguidebook.com, it was really about wanting to share the gifts inside me with the world, and also bring that sacred home space that I found in women's circles and bring it online. I started off with doing stuff face-to-face, doing a lot of women's circles in Canberra in Australia, where I lived. And the thing I found the most was that so many people were emailing me asking, I really want to be a part of women's circles, but there are none where I am. So for me, Goddess Guidebook was about creating a women's circle online. So I do that through my blog, and I'm writing there constantly, and there's so much free stuff on there. I just want people to know instantly they're a goddess when they go to my website. And then my Goddess Circle, which is my membership program, is kind of like a fuller encapsulation of a sacred women's circle online, because they get like their own private community, and there's I think about 1,400 goddesses there at the moment, and they get access to all my meditation kits and my e-courses and everything that I produce, so that they can, really start transforming their life with these sacred teachings and be able to connect with other kindred souls at the same time. So for me, this is my soul's destiny. This is what I was born to do. This is what I absolutely love doing with every cell inside me. So it's just a joy to share it with the world.
Oh, that is so awesome. You've inspired us to have a goddess night for our Celebrate Life Summit, where we're hoping to bring resources like you to the ladies that come, as well as many other local. We have Reiki and massage and things like that. So we want to help people really discover, like you say, their true self and their true goddess, and let go of all the crap. I laugh every time you say that on your videos. Let go of the crap and just live the life we dream about.
That sounds so divine,
yeah.
So divine. Oh, you wonderful woman. I'm so grateful that you're creating this event for your beautiful community.
It's going to be a lot of fun. You're such a creative person. Do you believe that everyone has a creative mindset?
I like to think that if you were born, then you're creative. If you ended up in this world, then you are an artist, no matter what. And I swear, if you say to me, "Oh, but I can't even draw a stick figure," that is not being creative. That's not about art. That is so not the name of the game. I just want to tell people that you can create whatever it wants to look. And I am an artist, and I am not an artist who does realism pictures or gets things perfectly in perspective or anything like that. That is so not art to me. That's not the fullest encapsulation of art. Art is about bringing beauty into the world and gifts into the world and trying to pour the wonders and the miracles and the words that are inside you out.
Wow. So what kinds of things do you think we can do to tap into our inner creative goddess?
Awesome question. Awesome question. I think, you know what, let's just do like a little meditation, and that'll just kind of awaken up like all of our creative chakra centers. So if everyone wants to just get really still, if you just like rock back and forwards, then you can kind of find your center and just get comfortable. And just start taking really deep breaths down into your center, right down into your belly. And then as you're breathing in, I want you to imagine that you're breathing in like this golden waterfall of light. And so it comes in through your nose and it cascades down through your body, washing over every single cell inside you. As you breathe in, the waterfall is washing over you, washing over every cell. Golden waterfall of light. And just let your jaw relax, your shoulders relax. Get centered within yourself. And now I want you to see and feel inside your body a beautiful crystal just in the middle of your chest, in the middle of, like, kind of in the center of your heart. And it can be any color that you like, any shape that you like. And if you can't see it, just keep on breathing into that center and ask to see it. It gets lighter and brighter and bigger and shinier. And now we're going to ask this beautiful gem inside us, this soul's gem, to let us know anything we need to know. It can send messages right down into our hands, into our legs, into our belly, into our mind. It can cast forth visions. It can just let us radiate in love. And now most of all, I want you to see a beautiful blue light radiating around your neck. And this is going to help open up your throat chakra and help you to begin to communicate and open up the gateway so that you can share the beauty and miracles and gifts and words and art that is inside you. Anything that wants to be shared, anything that wants to be created. So just opening up that beautiful throat chakra. And now rubbing your palms together on your hands. This is going to awaken up those creative chakra centers in the middle of your hands. And now just turn them skyward. They should be nice and tingling now. And we say, Great Spirit and angels, please allow us to open up our creative centers, our creative chakras, to allow us to pour forth the gifts that are inside us and to discover the delights that are inside us. We are creative goddesses. We are living our truth, walking our talk, sharing our spirit and being a light in this world. as it always has been and as it always will be. Blessed be. Aho. And so when you read this, stretching up and out, giving yourself a big cuddle. Yay, you've done so well.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you.
Oh,
I see that you're sitting beside your Creative Caravan.
I am indeedy. Let me give you, I don't know if you can see it properly, but
Yeah.
there it is. Hello, Goddess Creative Caravan. And for those of you who don't know the story of my Creative Caravan, I haven't had my own studio or office for over 2 years now, since I had my daughter Astara, and I think most mums can make it when you have children. It's kind of like all your personal space seems to disappear. So for me, and it kind of got to the point where I just needed a space where I could go and be with myself and create the things I want to create, just a little nook of my own. And so we're looking at building, and it was, super expensive to build even the smallest cottage in our backyard. And then on the week of my birthday, we got sent a huge blessing from the universe, and one of my friends said, hey, I've got spare caravans at my place. They were on the block when we bought them. They're really run down. Would you like to come have a look? And I went and looked, and I just fell in love with one of them. And the story behind it is so funny. My friend lives next door to a nudist colony here in tropical paradise. And this beautiful caravan was a 1970s khaki green caravan that used to live on the nudist colony. So I just kind of love that it's imbued in the essence of nudists and the 1970s. So I did a full kind of renovation project. You can see the before and after pictures on my website.
Yeah.
Of the awful and disgusting mess it was when we got it. It even had a snake living inside it and lots of termites. And now it's a gorgeous turquoise and magenta wonderland, and it's just my dream come true.
So cool. So you think it's very important for us to find those spaces where we can be ourselves and be creative?
Absolutely. And you may not have the equivalent of a Creative Caravan right now. Other things I used to do while I was kind of waiting for the Creative Caravan to fall in my lap was people would laugh. I'd actually blog from a tree, and there's a really huge fig tree here in Proserpine, and mostly only teenagers go up it to smoke and kiss each other. But during school hours, I would go up it, and it was like a wonderland. It was like Swiss Family Robinson kind of large.
Cool.
And I'd hang out up there. I got confronted by a snake again up there. There's lots of snakes here in tropical paradise. Who would have thought? But otherwise I'd go and find a little quiet space in a library or in a quiet cafe and just hide away up the back. And I'll show you what my studio used to look like. This is my studio. I used to call it my mobile studio. This is my bag, and it would have my laptop in it. It would have snacks, juices, and it's got my folder. I created a folder of me. Here, I'll show you, because it's just, I love it. So I just get a ring binder, fill it up with images that I love, and then I just put in pencils, colouring in pencils. Then I put in workbooks of my own to do. Then I do collages, and I print out articles I find really inspiring, and lots of blank pages to write on, all that kind of stuff. And this was kind of like this was my creative space for 2 years. It was lovely knowing that I could just look in there and have my own little space of myself. So if you don't have a Creative Caravan of yourself right now, just have a little creative bag, a folder that you can take with you, even if it means a little book. Sometimes all I have is this book, and yet that can mean the world to me. A journal can be your very own private space and your own creative sanctuary.
Very cool. I noticed you had your Goddess workbook in there.
Totally.
Some friends and I have that, so it's awesome.
It is so much fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. You recently wrote a book too called 73 Lessons Every Goddess Must Know. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. I wrote my first book when I was about 21, and I'm one of those people who just sets really big, audacious goals for herself and just goes, why not? Let's just make it happen.
Yeah.
And so I wrote my first book in a month, and self-published it, and you know, it was such a beautiful and fun experience. And then a few months ago, I thought, you know what would be really fun? Let's write another book again. And you know, life was really busy, things were really full on, but I was going to a spiritual festival I think I had about 3 months, and I thought, I really want to have books to be able to sell at this festival. I really want to just be able to say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I offer to the world, these are all like the big wisdom, big lessons that I teach. So I thought, you know what, let's just write another book, and I think I had about 6 weeks to do this one, and I just did it, and you know, I kept on top of everything else as well. It was just a fun extra pastime. When you're creating your big dreams with the world, it doesn't have to be work. Like, it can just be, you know what, I really want to do this thing and I'm just going to make it happen. You can go with that kind of energy. So 73 Lessons Every Goddess Must Know is kind of like, it's like a compendium of all the big things that I've learned about being a creative goddess, about being a mama goddess, about being, you know, a radiant, living in my body, healthy goddess, you know, walking my spiritual path as a modern woman, as a modern goddess. So that's what that book's all about, and it's encased in turquoise because that's my favourite colour in the world, and it brings me home and brings me joy, and yeah, dream come true. Whee!
Yeah. So how do you manage to juggle being a mama goddess and doing all these amazing things online and writing a book, and how do you, just a little tip of how you can manage to juggle all that?
First and foremost, sleep is so super important, 100% super important. You know, like I will not sacrifice my sleep in order to get things done, because I realized really early on that's such an unsustainable way to live, and it means that I will crash during the days quite a bit and get super emotional, and it throws my whole body out of whack, it throws my family out of whack, so it's way better for me to do it in a healthy way. And what you'll find is when my daughter's asleep, I am creating. So I do not do like the dishes. I do not clean the house. I do not look after anyone else. When she is asleep, I am creating. And I do this because for me, creating is the thing that brings me so much joy. You know, like I don't have any other hobby apart from my business. Because my business really is just the thing that lights me up, the thing that brings me joy. And so I'm always, you know, whenever she's asleep, that's my time, that's my sacred time, that's my time to create. And you'll be amazed at what you can get created in 2 hours. When you are just working on this, you know, going, you know what, my daughter's going to wake up really soon, I just want to get this thing out, I just make it happen. So I will do whatever I can within that 2 hours. I don't get distracted by social media because I don't have time for that. I'm super happy to get distracted by social media when my kid's awake and she's going to, you know, need me within 3 to 5 minutes, as most kids do.
Right. You can do
so
those little
stop doing
snippets.
Housework. Yes.
Yeah.
Just do housework with your kids. Yes, they make a mess, but they really enjoy it as well. Like, it's a life skill for them to learn, and really we shouldn't be spending out too much time doing housework. That's my personal belief. That's why I created the How to Be a Goddess, How to Be a Domestic Goddess free ebook. Yeah. And people thought it was broken because I'd open it up and I said everything I know about being a domestic goddess. And then they're just blank pages. Yeah. And people were like, oh my God, it's broken. There's nothing in your ebook. And I'm like, that's the point of it. I've got no idea what it means to be a domestic goddess, because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to be a creative goddess. I'm here to be a mama goddess. I'm here to be happy. Domestic goddess stuff is way over there in levels of importance.
Yeah. Go with what you're good at, right?
Really. really, I mean, stuff will get done. Like, it's okay to wear, you know, unironed clothes. It's okay not to have the house perfect. Who cares? It's all good. Just be happy. Just create. Make your miracles.
Oh, awesome, awesome. You always have the best advice.
I think it's hard one, you know, because I spent the first, I think it was about 8 months of my daughter's life trying so desperately to be perfect and being so miserable in the process. And I thought, I'm just stopping right here because there's no way I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the goddesses here in Alberta?
Oh, my darling Alberta goddesses, I just wanted to say I'm so honoured and grateful to know that you're out in the world and that you're working your magic. And I just wanted you to know that I so deeply believe and know that there is a joyful and wise and sacred goddess inside you, and she's got everything that you need to know. She is beautiful and powerful and so spirited, and all you need to do to connect with her is just start sitting with yourself. Start writing letters to the goddess inside you, asking her what she needs you to know. I'm just sending you so much love and total appreciation that you're in this world. I know you're here to do big and beautiful and wonderful things, and I'm just so excited.
Me too. Oh, wow. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful Wednesday over there in sunny Australia.
Oh, thank you. It's going to be absolutely radtasm.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I'll let you go then.
Oh, thank you, Shauna. Lots and lots of love and blessings to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.